What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're checking out GameSpot's top 10 best Star Wars games ever. So we're going to be reacting to their list and pretty much figuring out whether they're right or if they're wrong. So before we get too far into this, guys, you want to see more videos like this, please consider letting me know in the comments below. Like, if you find any cool videos you want to see me react to, let me know down there, because if I use your suggestion, I'll give you a shout out in that video. And also down in the comments, let me know what you would pick for your top 10 Star Wars games, or do like top 5 at least. Now that said, I have played a lot of Star Wars games over my past gaming life so far, and I'm gonna say this: there needs to be 3 games in this list. All right, we need 2005's Battlefront II. That has to be on here. I don't even care if it's number 10. It's got to be on here. The old Star Wars Jedi Outcast or Jedi Academy specifically, that needs to be on here. And last but certainly not least, and honestly this should probably be number 1 on this list, the Lego Star Wars game, the complete collection. If that is not in the top 5, this list is instantly wrong. But that's just the way it is, you know? I don't make the rules. Now, of course, there are a bunch of Star Wars games, so like I said, let me know your favorite in the comments below. Now, that said, let's begin.
Here are the 10 best Star Wars games.
Oh, nice Old Republic. That should be on the top 10 too. I forgot about that, but yes.
BioWare's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is beloved by Star Wars fans and heralded as one of the best, if not the best, Star Wars games ever made. Set thousands of years prior to the events of The Phantom Menace, Kotor sees you exploring the Star Wars galaxy in an effort to find a way to stop Darth Malak, a Sith who killed his master, Darth Revan, to take over the Sith Armada and launch an invasion against the Galactic Republic and a fractured Jedi Order. Along the way, you recruit new allies, learn Force abilities, and make meaningful choices that influence both how the story ultimately ends and whether you embrace the light or dark side of the Force. A remake of Kotor is currently in the works at Aspyr, but if you can't wait until that's out, you can play the original on Xbox, PC, Switch, and both Android and iOS.
Yeah, I haven't played Knights of the Old Republic in a long time, but I remember really liking that game. I can't wait for the remake. I know the remake's only going to be on PS5 for a bit, which is fine. I have a PS5, but I was kind of hoping to play it on PC so I could have like 4K, 120 hertz. But it is what it is.
In the end, as the darkness takes me, I am nothing.
Totally Games' Star Wars TIE Fighter is a flight simulator meets space combat game set in the Star Wars universe that wowed fans back in 1994, and I wouldn't be recommending it if it didn't really hold up today. It begins immediately following the events of The Empire Strikes Back and continues until the final battle of Return of the Jedi, having you play as a talented TIE pilot charged with going after pirates or traitors to the Galactic Empire. It's a shame that TIE Fighter is no longer canon, as it tells a superb story about what it was like to be an Imperial during the events of the original Star Wars trilogy. The game provides insight into the bad guys of Star Wars, showing that most Imperial soldiers weren't Emperor Palpatine level evil. It's a perspective that other Star Wars video games like Battlefront II and Squadrons have tried to replicate, but have never done quite as well as TIE Fighter. If that sounds up your street, it's available on PC.
TIE Fighter. You know, I'll be honest, I've said this in previous videos, but I do not care about flight simulator Star Wars games. I know there's like a big group of Star Wars fans who do, and that's awesome. I feel good. I feel glad for you. You know, I'm glad that you have games you can play. But for me, I'd never put a flight simulator on my top 10 list. It's just, they're just not fun to me. You know, I respect it. I do respect it, but for me, not my thing.
Developer Raven Software's
okay,
Star
Jedi
Wars
Outcast,
Jedi
I mentioned
Knight
this.
2, Jedi Outcast is the 3rd game in the Jedi Knight series, which began with 1995's Dark Forces. The series follows Kyle Katarn, a mercenary turned Jedi who briefly embraces the dark side and can use all manner of Force abilities. In Jedi Outcast, Kyle has forsaken the Force, only to learn that he needs to reconnect with his Force sensitivity in order to combat a threat posed to the New Republic. Jedi Outcast is the point in the Jedi Knight series where combat fully transitions to a hybrid of shooter and lightsaber combat. That, along with the really good single-player campaign, makes Jedi Outcast the best of the Jedi Knight games. It also sees Kyle meet several popular Star Wars characters like Luke Skywalker and Lando Calrissian, providing a look at their lives, admittedly a look that is no longer canon, after the events of Return of the Jedi. Jedi Outcast is available for PS4, Switch, Xbox, GameCube, and PC.
Okay, so I did play that one a long time ago, but I remember Jedi Academy being better. I personally think Jedi Academy was the better game. I do understand why people would like this one more, but if we're looking at overall mechanics, I'd even argue story. Jedi Academy is the better game in my opinion, but this one's pretty solid too, so that's fine.
BioWare Austin's Star Wars The Old Republic
SWTOR
has come a long way since its launch in 2011. This MMORPG is still kicking with a thriving player base
hundreds,
and
if
8
not
major content
thousands of hours in the
expansions,
SWTOR.
taking place hundreds of years after the events of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. The Old Republic allows you to play through 8 distinct storylines during the ongoing conflict between the Sith Empire and Galactic Republic. Each storyline sees you recruiting different squad mates, responding to different moral-based dialogue choices, wielding different weapons and abilities, meeting different characters, and having the chance to fall in love with different romance options. So you basically have 8 different story-driven RPGs here, all of which feature missions you can tackle alongside well-written NPC companions or real-world players. Star Wars The Old Republic is available for PC.
It's interesting. SWTOR probably has the majority of the hours I have in any Star Wars game, but when I think of Star Wars games, I don't think of SWTOR, which is very strange considering how much time I put into it. It counts, but I guess maybe it's just because it's like an MMO. I wouldn't compare the same as like a normal video game. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I mean, like I said, no, I don't play this game nearly as much as I used to. Now I just jump on to check on the dailies and stuff. But when I used to play this game hardcore, man, I'm telling you, I was probably one of the very first level 50s ever in this game. At least one of the very first Sith Warriors, most likely. But that's enough about that's enough about me. But that's enough about my awesome But that's enough about my awesomeness. Let's continue.
TT Games' LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is a charming and really fun way to once again experience the Star Wars movies. LEGO Star Wars has certainly evolved from the original game, and LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga features cover-based shooting, multiple hubs that exist as separate open worlds, and huge starfighter battles. Fans who know Star Wars inside and out can find much to enjoy in each game, including callbacks, Easter eggs, and characters to play as galore. LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is available on PC, Switch, PS4 and 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series.
So I haven't played that one yet, but I'm gonna start streaming this summer, guys. I'm gonna stream that whole game. So make sure to like, subscribe, turn notifications, because I'm gonna be doing streams weekly streams, maybe like bi-weekly streams. So definitely make sure to check that out.
Developer DICE's Star Wars Battlefront II, which is not to be confused with Pandemic Studios' 2005 game Star Wars Battlefront
Which should
2,
be number one, right?
That's
what you're going to say next,
rough
right?
First impression in 2017. There aren't that many games that can claim to have a microtransaction controversy prior
this high
to
up
their
here on
official
this list,
launch
I don't
on
know.
par with this one. But to the credit of DICE and Support Studios' Criterion and Motive, Battlefront 2 got substantial post-launch content, balancing updates, bug fixes, and most importantly, adjustments to how the in-game economy works. It's now a rewarding game to play with a decent but not fantastic single-player campaign about an elite galactic empire special forces trooper defecting to the New Republic. but it does have an expansive online multiplayer experience with plenty of awesome modes to play. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is available for Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Okay, so I know Battlefront 2 got a bunch of new updates. I know that. And some of my YouTube buddies, they love the game. But for me, it isn't Battlefront. All right, it is Battlefield with a Star Wars skin. I've said that since the very beginning, and I don't want that. You know, I want my Battlefront back. For me, I can't put it this high. Now, that said, I'm looking at this list now. I don't think they're saying the top 10 as like 10 being the least best and, 1 being the very best. I think they just put it randomly. But I think like when you're doing top 10s, it's a top 10, right? So like number 1 should be the best, right? So that's what I'm going off of. So
there are very few moments in Star Wars that capture how terrifying Darth
Vader
is.
VR. I haven't played
moments
this
of
one.
Rogue One, a Star Wars story, his few appearances in Star Wars Rebels Season 2, and his adventures in Kieran Gillen's Star Wars Darth Vader are certainly the standouts. But that overwhelming sense of fear that many feel when standing in Darth Vader's presence wasn't fully realized within video games until Vader Immortal, a Star Wars VR series. You don't quite realize just how imposingly tall and intimidating Vader is until he's looming over you and threatening your life.
You have acquitted yourself well. I will not be denied. You will help seize the Bright Star.
The game's story takes place in between Revenge of the Sith and Rogue One, seeing you play as a smuggler who gets caught up in Darth Vader's attempts to bring Padme Amidala back to life. Vader Immortal, a Star Wars VR series, is available for Oculus Quest, Oculus Rift, and PSVR.
Oh, it actually has a story? I just thought you played
Respawn
Vader and you ran
Entertainment's
through
Star
like
Wars
people
Jedi
and sliced them
Fallen
up. I
Order
didn't know
is
there
an
was actually
action-adventure game that incorporates
story
a
there.
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice-like parry system for its lightsaber combat, and takes inspiration from both Metroidvania and Souls-like games for its exploration and progression. Taking place after Revenge of the Sith, Fallen Order sees you play as Jedi Padawan turned scrapper Cal Kestis, who goes on the run when Imperial Inquisitors start hunting him. Fallen Order digs deep into some of the themes only glossed over in other Star Wars media, such as understanding yourself enough to fight against your own darkness and knowing how and when to ask for help when tackling overwhelming adversity. There's some excellent storytelling going on when Cal meets Night Sister Merrin, and the two try to broach common ground through the trauma of watching their respective orders fall. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is available for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS5, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
What would Jaro Tapal say?
You have no right to mention his name.
I wonder, what would he think if he could see his Padawan now, skulking in the shadows with a betrayer?
I played half that game and I never finished it, and not because I don't want to, it's because I was streaming with that game and then like I just stopped doing streams and stuff, so I just never continued it. So I should continue it one day.
Motive Studios' Star Wars
Another
Squadrons
flight
is
simulator.
fantastic, though the game's single-player campaign, which sees you alternate between the newest members of the New Republic's Vanguard Squadron and the Galactic Empire's Titan Squadron following the events of Return of the Jedi, isn't very good beyond acting as a decent story-driven tutorial. Online multiplayer is a blast to play. Matches put you into fast-paced 5v5 dogfights where communicating with your team and managing how much energy you're putting towards shields, engines, or weapons is just as important as being a good shot. Squadrons is simple to learn but rewards commitment with a high skill ceiling. There are few things as satisfying as finally mastering an advanced maneuver and pulling it off at the end of a match to get the winning kill. Star Wars Squadrons is available for Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS4, and PC. The PS4 and PC versions can even be played in VR.
Okay, so I respect them, like I mentioned earlier, but I can't put it this high up. I wouldn't be able to put... No. Okay, there's one more left. Alright, so it has to be the complete saga. Star Wars The Complete Saga, or maybe it's Battlefront II 2005. I don't know. Let's see.
LucasArts' Star Wars Republic Commando was one of the earliest stories to explore the identical faces but vastly different personalities of the soldiers that make up the Galactic Republic's clone army. Aspire Media's enhanced port is the same excellent game, but with prettier visuals, a better control scheme, and no multiplayer. Though Republic Commando's online multiplayer was never that good to begin with. Despite being an older game, Republic Commando first launched in 2005, it's still wonderful to get to know the members of Delta Squad, like Boss, Scorch, Fixer, and Sev, as the four take part in 3 special ops missions in between the events of Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars Republic Commando Remastered is available for PS4 and Switch.
Republic Commando is good. I haven't played a lot of it, but I remember really liking it back in the day. But to put that above 2005's Battlefront, or to put it even above Lego Star Wars The Complete Edition, Complete Saga, no, sorry GameSpot, you got this one wrong. Hey, like I said in the beginning, I don't make the rules here. It's just the way it is. But what do you guys think? Did you agree with this? Do you not agree with this? Let me know in the comments below. Please consider leaving a like, subscribe, and notification because I'd appreciate it because I'm trying to get back on the algorithm. So, do that. That'd be very nice of you. But thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.